I want to point out, if you look there on your screen, it's kind of hard to see, but right behind the camera that you see, there's a gentleman, you can kind of see his arm in a blue shirt. We are told that that is Austin Metcalf's father. Austin Metcalf is the teenager who was killed at this track meet 2 weeks ago. We have heard from Metcalf's father. We have heard from Metcalf's twin brother, actually, and we just learned that the reason that this press conference is delayed, it was supposed to start at 11, is because Metcalf's father has arrived here. He's standing there behind that camera. He has sunglasses on. We've been watching him stand there for a few minutes, not really talking to anyone. We're not sure if there's been any engagement between Metcalf and Anthony's parents. We're not sure if there's been any confrontation of any kind. We just know that he has come into the building, that he is standing there, standing by with the rest of the media who's in the room to hear this press conference. Again, if you are just tuning in now, Austin Metcalf's father, the victim in this situation, his father is actually standing by in this room. It's unclear if he was expected to be here. We're assuming not, being so that this is kind of a reason for this delay in this press conference. But again, we're just standing by in the room. Media is prepared to hear what the Anthony family has to say. And we do have some new information that just came into our newsroom just a few seconds ago. Apparently, Mr. Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's father, who we just pointed out is in this room, has actually been asked to leave the press conference. This is a press conference where Karmelo Anthony's parents are expected to speak. Apparently, Metcalf's father has been asked to leave. As you can see, or saw a few seconds ago, he is still standing in the room. So apparently, we're being told that Dallas police have been called to this location after Metcalf's father has refused to leave. We're standing by and waiting to see what comes of this. But if you are just tuning in, Austin Metcalf's father, the victim in the stabbing at the Frisco track meet a couple of weeks ago, is in the room, standing by with everyone else as Karmelo Anthony's parents are expected to speak, and he has been asked to leave. And sorry, you see me nodding here. I'm getting more information from our producers as we stand by on this. We're trying to get more information on whether or not this is a violation of a court order. Obviously, earlier this week, there was a bond hearing in this case. This case has gotten a lot of attention. It's been very contentious. So we're trying to get more information on whether or not there was a no contact order put in place, and if Austin Metcalf's father being in this room is a violation of that court order, being so that Karmelo Anthony's parents are expected to speak here as well. As soon as we have confirmation on that, we'll let you know. But just to recap this quickly, Austin Metcalf's father is in the room at this press conference that was scheduled and made public that Karmelo Anthony's parents were going to speak, and he has arrived. He has been asked to leave. He is still standing in the room, and we are being told that Dallas police have been called. We're expected to hear from the family of Karmelo Anthony at about 11 o'clock. It's about 20 minutes past the hour, and we are told that this delay is because unexpectedly the father of the victim in this case, Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, has arrived. He's standing there behind that camera. You can kind of see his shoulder there in a blue shirt. We're told that Mr. Metcalf was asked to leave. He has refused to leave. He is still standing there. We're told that Dallas police have been called. You can get a better look on your camera there. These are photos of Jeff Metcalf, who is standing in the room there. But this is a case that has gotten so much attention, and so for the first time today, we were expecting to hear from the parents of the teenager who is accused of killing Austin Metcalf. And what you're looking at on your screen right now is Jeff Metcalf. He is the father of Austin Metcalf. He arrived to this press conference today. He was not expected to be at this press conference. These are photos that were taken by my colleague Jobin Puneker, and you can see he's standing there. He has sunglasses on. We've seen at least one person go up and try to speak with him. He doesn't really seem to be interacting. These are still photos, but when we were watching the video, he didn't really seem to be interacting with anyone. He's kind of standing in the back of the room just waiting. Again, was asked to leave, still standing in the room. So we are waiting on an update on what's going to happen with that, as Dallas police have been called. But okay, we just received information that the Next Generation Action Network, which is the advocacy group that is actually hosting this press conference, has said that they will not start this press conference until Jeff Metcalf leaves this office. If you take a look at your screen now, what you are looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Gen Action Network's office is by Dallas police. You see that there. Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses and the blue shirt, who's being escorted out, is the father of Austin Metcalf, who was the teenager who was stabbed and killed at the track meet 2 weeks ago. He is being asked to leave, escorted out of a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who was accused of killing Metcalf's child are expected to speak. You can see there he's shaking hands with officers. He was asked to leave. That press conference is starting now. Here's Anthony's family.
Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life no matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf. And as a minister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. So regardless of what's going on, that was disrespectful. Disrespectful. And I will leave it to y'all to define it. For the last week and a half, the Next Generation Action Network has engaged in communications with Frisco ISD to ensure that Karmelo Anthony's due process is not violated. We know that in the state of Texas, there are things that are discretionary things and decisions by the leadership of Frisco ISD, right? There are clear guidance in the state and education code regarding expulsion of a student. We have asked several times. We didn't just rush. We have had these conversations over the last several days. And we have stated that it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Karmelo Anthony doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Karmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate, okay? We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Karmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. The reason why the family or me or anybody with direct knowledge of this cannot talk about the particulars of what happened in that tent, I know you know this is all law, is because if anybody tell you there was an adult near or inside or whatever, this current investigation knows nothing about that. Everybody involved at this point of our knowledge are minors. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Karmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go, let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, in private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Karmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account. But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Karmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state. but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I asked, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Cal Rittenhouse had, Daniel Penna, and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was. He should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Cal Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back. We got that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund. I'm gonna say this again, and this is for everybody. Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania, black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a black man in America. And what y'all just showed to Judge Tucker is just reminded that hate and bigotry and racial reconciliation in this country.
Boy. So here we are again. As y'all just seen, the press conference hosted by the family of Karmelo Anthony just took place. And there was a lot of little jewels in there. First, we're gonna start with Austin Metcalf's father. Now, I can't blame his father for feeling any kind of way, bro, whatsoever. He lost his son, period. You know what I'm saying? He lost someone close to him, period. The closest, really, you know what I'm saying? A part of him. So I can't really say, oh, you shouldn't feel like that. But coming to that press conference was not illegal. But that's in bad taste, and that's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I would just say this. That was a private press conference. I don't even know. First of all, if the roles was reversed, and those was black people coming to that press conference, if it was roles reversed, then listen, bro. People would have been thrown in jail, maced. It's a whole list of things. I ain't gonna say off the rip, maybe not first. It would have been not as formal. Bro, they let that man stay up there for 30 minutes, bro. 30 minutes. When I'm clear the family that's the reason the family didn't come out. They was like, they probably got wind of him being there and was like, yo, what if you don't know what that man might do. That's not even about race. This ain't even about race, this part. I'm talking about he's lost his son. He could come up and pop. You know what I'm saying? You already one of us. If you know what I'm saying? It's already that's the whole reason we're in this country. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that later. It just was, I feel like, in bad taste, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, it's not illegal. What are you there for? And then it's not even like it's a public it wasn't a public, you know, it wasn't held by the city or that was that's their, why, whatever. I don't know. You couldn't watch it on TV like the rest of us, whatever. Or go to like a city meeting. If y'all had, like, I don't know, why would you go to a private meeting for them? It's probably going to be in their favor anyway. They're not going to probably hear nothing that you, that's just, and the speaker for them, which I think that's the NOI. I feel like they're being represented by the Nation of Islam. When the guys started saying they have their private escorts, I'm thinking Nation of Islam. And I seen the post where it said the NOI. It looked like that was the guy that was on the post on Facebook with Karmelo Anthony. Is a picture of him and the guy saying the NOI is behind you. Okay, cool. That's, you know, shout out to the NOI. You know, they play hardball. They know they know their stuff, and they got their funding. The rainy day thing. When I first heard that witness come on that stream and say that it was raining that day, the eyewitness that was there that said that he was also there with his daughters who was under the same tent with Karmelo, and he seen the whole thing. I was like, yo, it was raining. That was my first thing was like, all right, was he supposed to be there, Karmelo? And the knife, why'd you have the knife? And then at least the third thing is like, why was you under the tent? It was raining. I went and did my research, looked on the forecast, it was raining. So I can see that's the angle that they're going to be going with, the family. You know what I'm saying? And then they tackled the donations, which that's been a constant narrative push that they've been spending I was like, how can you can't even get that money, you can't even take money off DistroKid, your YouTube, none of this, you can't get that stuff in one day or a couple days. Usually that stuff paid once, or you know, you have to schedule your payment. I knew that was lies, like what? And then those people weren't like, they were decent living, like they had a house, and the mom's a stay-at-home mom. It's not free. I don't know if y'all know about stay-at-home parents, but it's not free. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to be making some bread for one to be staying in, whether it's the one that's staying in or they splitting it somehow. But yeah, in this day and age in America. So I was kind of like, why are they trying to even act like these people are some broke people who, I don't know, need this money to, like, what? I don't know. The case not even over. They haven't even hired the lawyer. They're just going to take the money and just say, forget the lawyers? Like, you really think these people are, like, not intelligent monsters? We'll get to what people think, because I read the comments, too. Yeah, then we all know about the family's going to be harassed. You know what I'm saying? We know about the family's going to be harassed. The daughter. My advice to them would be, y'all should leave that area. You know what I'm saying? I know that's where the case is going to be held, but I'm just saying, bro, down there in Texas, that deep down there in the South, bro, and then in Texas, we all know the history. If you're from the United States, you know the history of Texas, the South, and slavery and black people and everything from Emmett Till to Martin Luther King getting killed. And in the South, black people in the South, even though we are prevalent in the South because most of our ancestors are from there, it ain't never been fair for us down there. That's why slaves used to run to New York, and when, you know, the whole abolishing of slavery and the segregation and all that, that's why people was running up north and out west, because the South has never been. I would leave. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? I would leave, even if you can't take your house. I feel like somebody might burn it in the sleep. They might throw some Mazatov cocktails. I don't know. I'm just saying that if I'm in there, if I'm thinking like, yo, that's how I'm thinking. Like, you don't get caught in the fire. And I don't know. I don't even want to say that, but just for precautions. And then he tackled, you know, the race card. You know what I'm saying? I thought that the mother just basically reinforced what was said totally, you know what I'm saying, as far as what the speaker of the press conference said, and what, you know, most people that favor the Karmelo Anthony side, most people that favor that side, you know, start with the misinformation. But that's the internet, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what they say is it's not on you, it's in you. It's in you, it's not on you. Whoever's going to be, however they're going to be, whether it's going to be prejudice or whatever, that's who they're going to be regardless. That's something that you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? But they made it aware. I guess just in case something happens, they can be like, yo, we let people know, leave us alone, and we let the public know that we're being harassed. So that was just another precautionary thing. But then like the race card thing, bro, like this is what people need to know. When you're this color, there's no race card you're born with it. It's just like it is your skin. You're born with it. I know y'all, and this is where the disconnect is gonna forever be. People who are opposite colors don't have to grow up wondering if the African American people gonna come after them, or if those police get behind you, or don't wear a hat in the car because they might think you, or don't do this, don't hang out here, talk like this because some may be done. Just historically, what has happened to African American people in this country. That's not a card, that's our life. It's our life, bro. Like, we don't have to play that. That's not a play thing. Other people can do, historically, this is a historical thing. We have to be taught. This is in our social studies schools in America, yo. Slavery, prejudice, all that. We don't. That's why I'm like, some people will never get it, bro. Like, the fact that y'all think that it's a card that's to be played, that's the disconnect right there. You don't even know the fear. You don't know coming up as a little kid, knowing you can't walk down certain streets, or if you go to a certain small town in the South somewhere, you start seeing these rebel flags, and you don't even understand. By people saying that's a card, that just lets me know. That's the entire disconnect right there. It's in y'all. It's in y'all. You can't even, you're not even going to try to understand, because you can't even fathom that. But yeah, it's true. It's true. This is what you made us. Paranoid of y'all. I'm just saying, bro. You have to teach your kids this. Y'all don't have to grow up and, hey, man, watch for the... And if you do, you probably tell them, don't go to the hood because of what's happened in the past. You know, those people don't really like us too much because of, the slavery days. I'm just saying, bro. We got to say that just in general to our kids, and for us to remember. We have to remember that. Oh, the police, I mean, I don't understand. I feel like it's nothing I have to even explain now for those who understand the weight of that. You're like, what are you talking about? That we don't have to play a card. It is us. We're the reason that's a whole even thing. And y'all got y'all ancestors to thank for that, for bringing us over here for free labor, regardless of how we got over here. I'm just saying, you can't change that. That's not nothing you can just go back and erase and, let's make the African Americans think regular. Let's let them think. It's too late. Look what y'all ancestors did to us, our ancestors. So there's no, we don't have to play a race. By you saying that, it's letting me know that you know. Because you should know, well, they really can't. They were persecuted for being this. They were abused, misused, enslaved. It's physically, literally, historically a thing. And one more thing, I was going to say this. And let me address the comments, bro. I look in the comments and I just see some of the most unhinged. Somebody called these colored people, us colored people, referring to Karmelo a mutant. That just lets you know, if somebody gets in the comments, it says this is a mutant, we're mutated, like not even a foreigner, not even an alien, a mutant. That just lets you know how it is being in this country, man. Look at these comments, bro.
They think that the father being there was quote unquote inappropriate. But most of us find these violent mutants' presence in our country inappropriate. Wow, so the father who lost his precious son was disrespectful towards the murderer's family, question mark. That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. How is Metcalf's dad being at the presser, quote unquote, disrespect to his son? You're holding a presser to quote unquote set the record straight regarding an altercation that resulted in his son's death, presumably to put a bad light on someone who can't defend their actions because he was killed by your son. Infuriating. Their son savagely murdered a kid. Zero sympathy for them. This is one of the most bizarre and pathetic things I've ever seen. One of the most self-sabotaging things.
But that's just my thoughts on it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This case is crazy, man.